Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you how I made my relief sculpture piece using different types of shapes. So first I started with drawing out larger shapes on a flat piece of cardboard. This is optional. This is just because I wanted larger shapes. I wanted to create a larger shape so then I can build off of that and add my small shapes onto it. So I drew those and then I cut them out and then I glued the pieces together to create a larger shape. Then after this, I moved on to tracing it on white paper and doing my other shapes. I started with blank printer paper. You'll need about 2 or 3 sheets depending on the size of your shapes. And I started drawing some shapes that I had used for the complex shape drawing and warm up. And I also traced a few objects so that I could use those as my irregular organic shapes, but you can use any objects you have around the house, or you can just make them up and create your own. Then after I had all my shapes drawn out, I started to color them in. I used color pencil and I also started to use Sharpie markers to fill in some empty areas, and I added dots to some of them, and other ones I just left with one color, but you're welcome to use color pencils, markers, crayons, or paint. And within these shapes, I first used colors that stood out to me, and then after a while I started to also draw in more lines inside of shapes, creating patterns. So I had like a interest in doing circles a lot and kind of like blob shapes, so I did those. And then I used different colors inside. When I colored them, you can see also some of my marks are more sporadic and like scratchy. I really like that texture. And I thought the use of a marker with a color pencil looked really well to give it some sense of depth, because I also layered some colors on top of one another. I used 2 different colors sometimes for one shape. Then after I colored all my shapes, I cut them out, and then I began to glue onto my cardboard piece. So if you have thicker cardboard, your shapes will protrude more out and they'll have a little bit more dimension to them. If you have a thin cardboard or you don't have as much cardboard, you could just cut out your shape that's on paper, and then on the back you attach a little strip of cardboard to it. That way when you attach it to the other shapes, it comes out a little bit more because of the cardboard in the back. And then after I have all my shapes cut out, I can begin to experiment and arrange them in different ways. And I would advise you, if you are not sure if you want to glue them yet, if you're still experimenting with composition and which shapes work well together and which colors look well together next to one another, I would just take a break, stand back, and take a picture. And also I found working on the floor is a good way also because you're able to really look at your artwork from a distance. And once you find that you're happy with some part of your shapes, you can begin gluing those, and you could continue to work on it until you finish gluing all of your shapes. So you guys can use a variety of shapes such as geometric and organic forms. Remember, geometric forms are circle, rectangle, square, those types of shapes, and then irregular organic shapes are more like the ones that you created in your complex warm-ups. So that is it, and I hope you guys have fun, and I look forward to seeing what you guys create.